Everybody, welcome back to A Sweet Journey. I am Sonia, also known as Sweets, and today I wanted to share with you a book that I'm reading. You all may notice in my background I have this bookcase that I love. I am reading a book in a book club called The Art of Taking Action, and it is lessons from Japanese psychology. It's exciting. I love it. It's very interesting. I highly recommend the book. And today I just wanted to show you a little bit from a conversation that we're
That is
having.
profound to me. It's like stepping out of, there's so many times when I'm like in a, in a rut or that, woe is me, poor me, this
Mm-hmm.
type of situation. But as soon as I put the focus on somebody else, it elevates me out of that slump.
Mm-hmm.
Crap.
Yep.
So asking these questions again, what have I received from blank? What have I given to blank? And what troubles and difficulties have I caused blank? And so really looking at it from a different perspective and getting us out of our own headspace. How does this type of this form of psychology, this type of another way of taking action, because then you're able to take action when you're able to step back. And to me, this allows us to get out of our own way and to get out of our mind,
Yeah.
see things from a different perspective, which ultimately I believe that would lead us to take action for something greater, for the greater good, for the benefit of the world, our community, our community, whatever that is. So how does that fit with you guys or resonate with you?
I think it's two things. One of them is like the way that the last section ended was have a clear purpose, show up, take small steps, repeat this formula daily. That was like the basic ingredients for Kaizen. And then to me, you like one of the things that I keep getting from this book is the idea that purpose is kind of the starting point. And this reflective kind of way of living is how you get to purpose. Like the thing that like you are part of something greater, that your problems that you keep making these big 25 action item lists for have nothing to do with what really actually matters. And so to me, this is step one of those basic ingredients where it's like have a purpose and let that purpose be something that is so much greater than you that like when you lean into it, you actually impact somebody else's life or the world, and then that becomes the driving thing that allows you to take action, right? And so to me, that's the like it. So it's huge for me because I think like if I can remember to reflect, then it gets me back into what's most important. When I think about the things that I want to do, like the passionate things that drive me, I think about why I got there, and why I got there or how I got there was because somebody saw me when I was in high school and said, you're different than everybody else around you. You should go to college. And so out of that one impact, now I have this thing that I want to accomplish in life, right? And so to me, that's kind of that's the thing. Like it's the whole point. Everything else just kind of revolves around this, in my opinion. Like this is a big one for me.
Yeah.
So the section that we read this week started on page 61, and this entire first part just blew my mind because it's the deciding is not doing, right? And it's what we kind of talked about earlier. And so this for me was literally earth-shattering because whenever I sit down and I think my way through the things that I have to do, I do feel so accomplished.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I totally crushed it today. And then this is like, you didn't crush it. So it totally ruined my life. All of my curtains down and just peek right into the house because I do that, right? Like the deciding is not doing.
Yeah.
And so so that one, that part to me was like super important.
I feel like it's the epidemic of busyness.
Yes.
It's like I'm so busy. Well, were you really, Lisa? Because there was a lot of time that you spent in your head and not doing a damn thing.
Exactly.
Moving in, he talks about merely want to do something is not enough.
Yep.
So if you want to do something, do it.
On page 68, I highlighted this because it really resonated with me, and it says, if you put a task off until some other time, you will never get it done. because some other time has its own tasks.
Yeah.
And that was like, oh my God, you're
Yeah.
so right. Like, I want to do it tomorrow, but tomorrow is going to have its own challenges, and then I'm going to prioritize things, and it's probably not going to happen, so I'm going to put it in another time.
Yep.
And it's that perpetual cycle, because there's always things, right? Our lives are filled with tasks, and so it doesn't matter where you move it, there's always going to be something there anyway.
Yep.
So I thought that was really spot on.
He talks about that stress is the spice of life on page 70 and arises from pleasant as well as unpleasant activities.
Yeah.
Our goal need not be freedom from all stress. That would mean death, but rather to live in such a way to minimize the stress that is most harmful.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was profound, because we probably have the ability to minimize so much of our stress.
Yeah.
Just by taking simple steps, by doing one small thing, that will have a ripple effect that will compound and create longer lasting change.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's your thought on stress as far as that, when you don't get things done? Does that weigh on you heavily, or are you one to be able to be like,
There's this stress of this thing that's growing massively and weighing on my heart, and I just and my 71, he talks about I haven't yet felt in the mood to get out of my cozy bed early in the morning on a dark rainy day and get started on my goals. The writing feeling does not strike me until I'm actually writing, and that struck me so strongly, because that's literally, I could have quoted, that could have been me saying that. Whereas if I'm in the middle of writing, everything's great. But until I get to the writing, it is a task that is hard to get to, even though I love it. I love writing. It gives me a lot of good feelings, but getting to it is stressful to me. And I think it's because in my head, I'm how much are you going to write? What are you going to write about? Are you going to fill this up? Are you going to do this? And so it's all that stuff going on, and which is highly stressful. And then it keeps me from doing the thing that I actually really enjoy doing. But when I walk away from a writing moment, I'm like, oh, that was so good. Oh man, that was good. That was rewarding. But trying to get to that is challenging. So I did have a question, and I don't know, I might have read this wrong. I keep reading it over and over, but I think I just need to say it out loud and ask my question and see how it goes. But right after it says, pondering why I don't feel like doing what I say I want to do, yet discovering one more time how great it often feels after I've done it, is just another reliable way to distract myself from the effort of doing the next thing. And the question that I put by that is, what about self-reflection? How does that play into this statement? Is there something in my head saw a conflict when I read it, and I don't know if I'm reading it wrong.
So to me, this is the clarity that I can provide, I think, that comes to me. I think self-reflection is intentional, right? And pondering why you don't want to do something is not. It's one of those things that's coming in, right? And I think to me that's the difference, because I know that you will have an inner dialogue with yourself about, why don't I write? I know, I can hear you saying it, right? I've heard you say it. But it isn't self-reflection,
right?
Because you're not sitting there, you're not really intentionally trying to figure out the roadblock or the stop. You're in that merry-go-round. Why don't I like this? I know I love to write. It makes me feel so good.
That's good.
Why am I not writing? And it kind of goes in a circle.
Yep.
So
thank you.
Is the difference.
Yeah, thank you for that.
That absolutely resonates. For sure. Yeah, definitely. And I think the other piece in the premise about taking action, it also is when you sit and you ponder. I don't know. To me, I also pull out of there that I'm distracting myself from taking action. So why am I going to sit here and ponder about going to the gym, or ponder about doing laundry? But oh my gosh, I have to put this load away first, and then this. Just go start the damn laundry.
Right.
It's one of those. But,
yes.
It's just get the thing done. Take the action, because that's what's going to make you feel good at the end.
Very nice.
Of taking action.
Yeah.
So So no, that's a great question. That's a total great question.
And there's a sentence that reminds me of what you were just saying that says, knowing my purpose and sticking to it is not a matter of settling for less, but a matter of becoming reliable. Like becoming reliable for doing the thing. It's my page 73, right under the financial competence and stress reduction walk hand in hand. He says, I keep going back to the basics, acknowledge my feelings, all those endless desires, know my purpose to live within a budget and do what I have to do. And then it's that next sentence. Knowing my purpose and sticking to it is not a matter of settling for less, but a matter of becoming reliable. And it's that becoming reliable is the part that just stands out to me. If you are going to go to the store, all of the additional things that you do that's not going to the store is not reliable. You're not building reliability.
Oh, so good, you guys. Oh my gosh. Well, we're right at 2 o'clock. Such a good conversation today. It's so good to be in conversation with like-minded women and reading things that just propel us into a life that we want to create for ourselves and to create some joy around that. So
absolutely.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you soon.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, you guys.
Hey, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. It is so incredible. I encourage you to go get the book. I will leave the link in the description box where you can find it. And definitely give me a thumbs up if this is content that you enjoy. Please hit that bell notification button so that you can get alerted whenever I upload videos. So I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.